government that we want to have in charge of our health, of our retirement system. This is the government that's in charge of our immigration policies and system. They're in charge of our foreign policy. This is a government that's in charge of our military. They can't even digitize one form. Get it online for under $3 billion. I mean, it's just unbelievable. Here's something from the Daily Signal. Why this judge's ruling against pro-life protests riles free speech advocates. Forbidding free speech on a public sidewalk may sound to many Americans like the mandate of some foreign despot in a faraway country. Such a law exists, however, in the city of Pittsburgh. Oral arguments concluded Friday in the case of Bruni versus City of Pittsburgh, where attorneys with Alliance Defending Freedom appealing a federal judge's decision to deny the pleas of pro-life demonstrators and uphold the city ordinance restricting free speech in certain public areas. Restricting free speech anywhere is unconstitutional. It doesn't, the Constitution doesn't say you have free speech, only in public parks or only sidewalks or no. It just says free speech. According to a press release from Alliance Defending Freedom, the ordinance upheld by U.S. District Judge Kathy Bissoon, or Bissoon, Bissoon, bans free speech around the facilities of abortionists, eye doctors, dentists, and any therapeutic healing or health building treatment services. When was the last time a pro-lifer who is against abortion protested at an eye doctor's or a dentist office? But look, they're extending this free speech free zone. I guess that's what you call it. This is, hey, this right here, this area right here. This is a free speech free zone. You can't say nothing. This is a free speech free zone. Like a gun free zone. This is a free speech free zone right here. But you're a chiropractor. I am a therapeutic healing practice that is covered by the law. You can't say anything I don't like in this free speech free zone right here. How do you ban free speech on a public sidewalk? Simply because it's outside of an eye doctor's, an abortion clinic? I mean, it's bad enough that we have these zones. Oh, you got to be 100 feet away from the abortion clinic in order to hold a sign. What? No, all that's look. You don't have the right to go onto private property. I mean, you don't have a right to go inside the clinic to protest. No, you don't have that right. Sorry, you don't. But to be outside on a public sidewalk or in the street, you have a constitutional right to do that. And now we've got this one judge, Kathy Bissoon, banning. If a judge can just arbitrate, this is what we're talking about. Judges going out there and just doing whatever the hell they want. Being activist judges and writing law from the bench instead of interpreting the law and the Constitution. Because quite frankly, if Judge Bissoon, I think of a few other names, probably rhyme with Judge Kathy Buffoon. It has just decided like many activist judges, that they can just, forget the Constitution, legislate from the bench, and do whatever they damn well please. But that's not what judges are for. She is way out of bounds on this. I don't care if you agree with pro-life or anti-pro-life, what have you. It doesn't matter. The fact of the matter is that now you have a judge who's setting precedents that you can ban free speech. Forget the Constitution. It doesn't mean anything anymore. And this is the kind of behavior that just cannot be allowed to continue. Because it's so important to have people who are out there who interpret the laws instead of trying to create law. Or else none of our freedom is safe. Because some activist judge is just going to decide, oh, well, hey, we've already had a judge decide that, free speech is not really. So we're going to create other zones. Get your rights. Folks, it's not a good thing. Yeah, you cannot have people deciding on your God-given rights. You cannot have activist people on either side of the aisle, actually, political aisle. You can't have activist people, judges, ruling from the bench, creating law, which is not their job. They really can't. They're not supposed to be legislating from the bench. All they can do is interpret, but they're going beyond interpreting and saying, well, we're going to create some safety buffers. That's not the court's job. And the court should have struck this ordinance down simply for the simple reason that it's called freedom of speech, not freedom amendment of the Constitution. It's not a suggestion. It's the law. And if you can easily set aside free speech like this with just a stroke of a pounding of the gavel and a stroke of a judge's pen, what else can they get rid of? Think about it. Look, when you open this Pandora's box, man, it goes places that you did not intend. It will go places that you did not intend. Even if you are in favor of this is going to come back to bite you in the ass, because it's going to go places you did not intend for it to go, and it is going to affect you big time. If you support this, there's something that's going to happen down the line, maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, maybe not even next week, but at some point, it's going to come back to bite you, and you're going to look back and think, oh my God, this is how it started, because we push for this judge to make sure that speech is not freedom of speech. No, don't doubt me, folks. I'm telling you, this is not good stuff. Hey, if you're looking for a job, by the way, if you are looking for a job and you're a rocket scientist or something similar thereof, astronauts are needed. Yeah. New York Times, astronauts needed. NASA wants to make Mars your corner office. So they're looking for astronauts to train to send on a one-way, suicide to Mars. Now, I think it'd be kind of cool to go to Mars, but I don't want it to be a one-way trip. I don't want to be stuck there. No. I don't want to die on Mars. How do you do that anyway? Why would anybody? You would never, ever see it would be like you died. Anyway, you'd never get to see your loved ones again. So I'm guessing they're probably looking for not single astronauts. People can't be a husband or a wife and just decide to, hey honey, going to Mars, not coming back. Love you though. Bye kids. Going to Mars. Yep, Daddy's going to be cool. Going to Mars. Be on the red planet. Going to help colonize it. Yep. Going to Mars. Can't come back, though, because there's no way to send me back. So, life insurance? How are you going to collect on it? You're going to have to wait till I'm dead. But I don't know how you're going to find out I'm dead. They'll be on Mars. I won't be missing. They might as well just go ahead and declare somebody dead if you're going to send them to Mars. Now, look, I'm not trying to discourage our exploration of our neighborhood, of our solar system. Manned exploration is a great thing if we can accomplish it. But to ask people to go on a one-way suicide, because that's it. It's a suicide mission. Whether or not you live, a year or 20 years after you land is irrelevant. You can't come back. Can't come back. But anyway, NASA is, who came up with this idea? Why would we even think, well, I know it, because our expectations have dropped. Now, see, President John F. Kennedy, he didn't say, our goal is to land a man on the moon and leave him there. No, his goal was to land a man on the moon and return him safely to the earth. But we don't have that type of leadership and objective anymore, do we? Our goal is to land a man on Mars and bring him back safely to Earth. No, it's, hey, NASA's looking for astronauts on a one-way ticket. And the reason why, we're looking now amongst the public for astronauts is because the ones who are really astronauts, they're not stupid, willing to go on a one-way. That's basically what they're saying, folks. But, hey, look, I'm going to commend NASA to, I would do it, but it would have to be a return trip. There's no one way for me. No. It's too much to do back here on Earth. I'd go and spend a year or two up on Mars, but not the rest of my life. That's asking a lot of. How do you pay people that way? Who gets your? Because you're not going to use money up there. So who's going to get? Well, maybe they're expecting for you to do it for nothing. I don't. The annual salaries range from $66,000 to $145,000. By the way, you have the right stuff. That is. But again, you're going to be on Mars. It's not going to do you any good. Now, you do need a bachelor's degree in engineering. I need a bachelor's degree in science or mathematics, as well as good eyesight. You have until February in order to apply. Final selection will take place in May of 2020. You have until February to get your resume for NASA together. Apply for an astronaut's job. Hey, don't be surprised if they ask you to go on a one-way trip. So that $145,000 salary is going to become a moot point for you, because I don't think there's going to be more people coming in after you for a while. So you're going to get by. There's not going to be any convenience stores that you can pop into at the end of the long day in order to, to buy that microwave pizza or what have you. Better get used to being alone, probably cold a lot, on a desolate planet. Knowing, I don't know how would that impact somebody's mental state? You can never go back. So you're going to die where you are. They're up there in Mars. They don't get to spend that $150,000. Could be a good job for you.